You should keep it purely Hawaiian. This, I don't know, you represent British? Get that off. That's the oppressor. You don't acknowledge your oppressor. I could be wrong, that could be something else, but I like this, I like everything else. I like it that they're wearing their own clothing too. You know what I mean? Let me show you something. Whenever you see like a, I like the Arabians and I like the Saudis and all that, because when they pull up and they go to the meetings, they wear their ancestral gear. The ones that I'm more concerned about are the ones that pull up and they're from a foreign country, a total different ancestral country, and they got the suit on. That means they're a puppet already. They're already in line. You know what I mean? That's how you know. And then their military garb looks like the United States. You know what I mean? Like, nah, that means they're in line with the oppression. They're in line with the corruption. They're just trying to get theirs, you know what I mean? You know, they're playing the role of puppet. You know, so gotta open up and think, man, when you guys see these type of things on the news, like, why is Gaddafi decked out all Libyan out? You know what I mean? Gaddafi, you know, got the lion, he got, you know, he's representing Libya. Because at one point, he did go military puppet caboose, and he said, you know what? They're stealing from our people. We are so powerful, we could create our own monetary unit that will compete with the gold standard, which is backed by paper, not no gold, and we could finance an African Union. Therefore, they mata him, just like JFK. I'm gonna stop the war. I'm gonna reveal all you guys, all you pedophilias that's involved in all this. I'm gonna stop all that. Boom, he's gone. Lyndon B. Johnson. You know what I mean? Nixon was innocent. Watergate was all set up because he was gonna move in the people's direction. You know, MLK. Once he started speaking about the war, that's when they got him. Once they wanted MLK to stay in line with, hey, keep all your churches in line with our democratic, our republic, our political system. Keep them all in line in that. I mean, continue them to be followers, and you'll be our messenger to contact to them, which is very, actually, oppressive tactic. But MLK never fell into that. You know what I mean? So once he started getting more outside of the church and got political against the war and about really, embracing the people and protecting the children, things like that, they whacked him. You know what I mean? They counter-surveillance that guy so bad, they got information that, who knows if he was cheating on his wife or not, but that's his personal business. But the stuff that he did, and who knows, right? I'm not saying anything, but the work that he's done, man, you know, we're not to ignore that, but, you know, that's an assumption or privileged information, I don't know. But the work that he's done has sparked an awakening, you know what I mean? And he did it all peacefully, man, you know? So you gotta think, man, even if you come at them peacefully, just the threat of people being united, that's a threat to them. So you gotta believe, man. China tells you, hey, we don't have freedom of speech. But the Constitution says, yeah, come, freedom of speech, freedom of protest, right to bear arms. All that was to defend yourself against any oppressive government, taxing without representation, things like that, which is the government is highly treason Americans, advocates of demonocracy, not democracy. You know, because they say it in the Constitution, hey, freedom of speech. I'm talking about peaceful speech, not terrorist threats and things like that. But they don't even want that if it's not in line with their narrative for the oppressive agenda to continue. So the U.S. will tell you and be hypocritical to what they say. So that's a demonocracy. At least China's telling you, we don't allow freedom of speech. They're telling you. The U.S. will say, yeah, come, freedom of speech, yeah. But there's none. Think about it. What's up, demonocracy?